The C&L Catback that we're talking about here today will be one of the most affordable full stainless systems currently on the site for your 11 to 14 5-liter truck, while at the same time giving you a little flexibility with how you want the system to look once installed. Now, interested buyers can look forward to that full 409 grade stainless steel build throughout, including your chambered muffler here, which is going to allow for an aggressive yet modest tone overall. Now, your price point's going to hover in that low to mid $500 range, and the install, at least according to the site, is going to get a solid 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here. It'll take you a couple of hours to complete from start to finish, but as always guys, hang with me for a bit and we'll walk you through that job later in the video. But as is tradition with exhaust videos, let's just jump right into the sound here with the C&L system. And as I described at the top of this video, it's noticeable without being ridiculous. And I think that's probably one of the best things I enjoy about this very budget-friendly system. Listen, if you want to be the loudest truck on the block, this will not be the system for you. There certainly will be more aggressive systems out there, but if you're looking to make enough rumble to turn a few heads without driving the wife crazy, this is certainly going to be a solid option. So, breaking out my patented Wake the Neighbor scale, I have the C&L chambered system coming in at a middle of the road, soft 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. Now, inside the truck, on the other hand, things do remain relatively quiet, with only a little bit of noise noticeable at your cruising speeds. But now you know what to expect when it comes to sound. Let's move into quality and construction. And as I mentioned at the start of this video, easily one of the most affordable full stainless systems for this particular generation F-150. Now, you can expect that 409 grade stainless to be exact. It's going to be a mid-level material coming in behind the 304 grade stainless on the top end. And then of course you have the aluminized steel on the bottom end or low end, which is going to be more of your entry level or budget material. Now, the 409, solid material that will certainly offer the corrosion resistance necessary for even fairly snowy and salty areas. But aside from that full stainless build, you're looking at a combination of 3-inch and 2.5-inch mandrel bent tubing leading into and out of that chambered muffler before exiting out of your twin 3.5-inch polished tips here, which by the way, these guys have actually been made from that high-end 304 grade stainless we just talked about. But maybe my favorite part about the C&L system here, besides that very attractive price point and stainless build, is the fact that C&L kicks in these 2 separate pipes here, which will allow you to run this system either as a dual side exit behind those rear tires or a dual rear exit coming out from underneath that rear bumper. Now, this is awesome, right? Something that not a lot of exhaust companies offer, especially when we're talking at this price point. Best thing is, changing out this layout is extremely easy and can be done in a matter of minutes with the basic socket. Last but not least, guys, C&L does of course toss in all of the necessary clamps, hardware instructions needed to get everything bolted up. Speaking of which, this is a perfect time to segue into that installation, and the site does claim there might be a little trimming necessary for your primary pipe here, depending on your cab and bed length, but the included instructions lay everything out for you very clearly and where to trim depending on your wheelbase. So without further ado, check out our detailed walkthrough, guys, along with that quick tool breakdown right now.
Tools for this install: an impact, a 17mm, a 16mm, 15mm, 14mm, 13mm, 10mm, a 13mm wrench, an electric ratchet, an exhaust hanger removal tool, and some PB Blaster. Start by taking your 13mm socket and removing the bolt located at the flange behind the cats. Now, taking your 15mm socket, loosen up the clamp behind your resonator. Now, with your clamp loosened up, you can now remove your resonator from the rest of your exhaust. Now, grabbing your exhaust removal tool, take off the isolator from your muffler. I would suggest spraying the hangers with a bit of PB Blaster to make the process a little bit easier for you. Make sure you're supporting your muffler because it will just drop down after you get it removed from the hanger. Now taking your 10mm socket, remove the exhaust hanger above the muffler. Now we can pull our exhaust towards the tail end to release it from the rear hanger. And rest it on your axle. So we could move up front and then remove it. Work your exhaust over your rear axle. Now taking your front pipe, place that onto some support. A jack stand would be preferable. And using your kit provided hardware, hand tighten your bolts through your flange. Taking your kit provided clamp with hanger, place that onto your single inlet, onto your muffler, and place your muffler onto your front pipe and through the isolator. Make sure to support your muffler with a jack stand so it doesn't just come down on you. Place your over axle pipe into the stock hanger and let it hang over the axle. Now taking another kit provided clamp, place that onto your outlet of the muffler and place your over axle pipe into your muffler. Now taking your tailpipe and another kit provided clamp, place that onto your tailpipe. And place that on to your over axle. Now take your exhaust tip and another kit provided clamp, place that over your tailpipe. And now we can tighten down all our clamps. This is going to call for a 16mm socket. For your clamp with the exhaust hanger at the front of the muffler, it's going to call for a 17mm socket. And for your flange, it's going to be a 13mm wrench and a 14mm socket. Tighten that down as well. Now repeat those steps on the other side. Now that your clamps are tightened down, that's going to wrap it up for our review and install of the Proven Ground C&L Series dual exhaust with polished tips fitting your 11 to 14 5.0 F-150. For all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.